Remember those who are in prison, as though in prison with them, and those who are mistreated, since you also are in the body. This is the 5th week of Making Disciples, Field Trip Week.
I want to talk about Christian kids in North Korea. The ones that come from Christian families, their mom and dad are Christian. A lot of times they don't even know until they're about 15 years old that their family is Christian. And the reason why is that the teachers inside of North Korea are trained to ask sneaky questions to the kids to try to find out if the kids come from Christian homes. They say, is there a certain book you have in your home? When your family gets together, do they ever close their eyes and bow their head like that? Do they sing certain songs? Do they say anything special before they eat? Because of course to be a Christian in North Korea is illegal. And if they discovered you were a Christian, you'd be sent to a terrible, terrible prison. And so that's why it is that the parents try to protect the children by not even letting them know that they come from a Christian family. But so until they're 15 years old, a lot of times the children don't even know. But they can actually even be sitting together in a worship service like this and not even know it's a worship service. Because the parents will teach them stories that come from the Bible, but they don't say that they come from the Bible. Or they'll teach them certain songs, and or they'll hum certain songs when they go to bed at night. And so much later in life, say for example if their parents die when they're younger, that when they find out later in life, like when they escape from North Korea and come to South Korea, and they find out, they hear a Bible story and they say, I know that story, my grandfather told me that story, or that song sounds familiar. And so the parents have a way, even though they don't openly tell their children that they're Christian, they have a way of letting them know the things that are important to know about the Bible and about Jesus, so that when they're older, that everything can fit together, almost like the pieces of a puzzle. So some of the things that we do here in the 100 Days of Worship are things that North Korean children would be familiar with if they were Christian, but might not know they're Christian. The 10 Commandments is one of them. I got to talk to some underground Christians, some secret Christians from inside North Korea, and they said that when the man said that when he was young, his family would gather together like we're doing, and each of the people would say what they were going through in life, what they were struggling with, where they had problems. And the grandfather would give them 10 pieces of advice. So what do you think those 10 pieces of advice were?
10 Commandments?
Yeah, 10 Commandments. So even though they didn't know that they were the 10 Commandments, and even though they didn't know they were Christian, that's how when Mr. Bay became a little bit older, he came to know that he was Christian. So we're so fortunate because we can know that we're Christian even at a young age, and we can pray to Jesus and know that he loves us. But when we do these 100 Days of Worship, when you do the 10 Commandments and when you do like the songs and things like that, think about, you can even pretend sometimes what it would be like to be a kid in North Korea where you were in a Christian family, but you didn't even know that your family was Christian. So maybe one day with the 100 Days of Worship, you can do that. You can see if your mom and dad can do the worship in such a way that you can pretend that you don't know that you're Christian and they know that they're Christian. And we try to share the things about the stories in the Bible or the 10 Commandments. So give that a try, okay?
Remember your leaders, those who spoke to you the Word of God. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. If you would like more information on .W Evangelical Church, check out dotheword.org.
Hear the word, do the word. .W